Yeah. All
We're
right.
back.
Welcome to the show. It's Dave and Johnny live.
Back again.
We're back. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Big Johnny? It's been a while. It's been a week since I've seen you.
It's kind of warm. It's been a nice little heat wave we've got going on here in Montreal, but it's quite fantastic because I enjoy summer quite a bit, so
Yeah.
I like it.
Loving the summertime here in the city.
Well, you have a 2-year-old son, so I can't imagine it's really that much fun, actually.
Why not?
Because, you're always got to make sure he's cool and everything, and keep yourself cool.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
lot of-
fine.
It's a lot of responsibilities you got on you.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun. You kidding? Going to the park every day.
Oh, yeah?
I went to the park yesterday with my brother and my son,
Okay.
you know, Unky B, and we played soccer.
I heard T-ball.
We played T-ball.
Nice.
He's got a little T-ball set, like a Little Tykes deal.
Nice.
He's got a bat. He was taking cuts, getting some swings in, you know.
Cool.
And, yeah, it was a great time. I get to go to the park and play. Who doesn't like to play, you know? As an adult, you know, before I had a kid, you know, it's not a lot of playtime because it's just like you look ridiculous playing. But now I get to do all these kid things, and it's a lot of fun. It's like, it's fun, man.
Well, you used to play baseball, though, so.
Yeah, but
You had
I
some fun
don't anymore, you know? I got the wiffle ball bat out. Me and my brother were hitting some wiffle balls, you know? It's fun.
Your gloves out, right? You broke them out again?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wow.
Well, if it's wiffle ball, you don't need a glove for wiffle ball.
Not so much, but, I mean, you could have pulled
I'm not
something
playing
out.
hardball because, again, there's a little 2-year-old running around. You don't want to hit hardball baseball around him because you might hit him.
Or those
and
big-ass softballs.
Yeah, or a softball or anything. So wiffle ball, it's safer, you know. But even then, you're being very careful.
No
so
soccer,
you don't,
baseball, no?
No, man, just kicking a soccer ball around. We
Okay.
did a shootout, me and my brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I won.
Well, that happens.
It happens. So what do we have on the show today? Welcome to the show. I don't know why we're talking about parenting here.
You just say what's up, and I'm like, well, isn't that up?
All right.
Your son told me about going to the park, so I want to bring that up. So
We
there
did
you
go to the park, and it was a really good time. So, and you're making it out to be some big chore. I enjoy it. I think it's fun.
I would think, as a non-parent, I would think, man, this seems like a lot of work. I don't know if I'd want to do it.
Well, it's a lot of work, but it's the most rewarding work you do.
Cool.
It's very fun. Yeah, I recommend being a parent. You know?
Okay, good to know.
All right, I highly recommend the experience. 5-star review from me. We got some wrestling to talk about, though. AEW Fight for the Fallen happened last Saturday.
Right.
I was doing some family stuff, so I wasn't able to do a post show.
More soccer, I think.
There was some soccer going on. There was a lot going on, Johnny. All right.
Yeah.
There was a big family, like a family reunion of sorts. It was good.
Wow, nice. In Ontario.
Yeah, not her family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my family too at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyways, we didn't do a Fight for the Fallen post show, so now we are going to recap AEW's Fight for the Fallen here on Dave and Johnny Live. What else are we going to talk about, Big Johnny? We both saw a really good match on 205 Live this week. Chad Gable beat Jack Gallagher. I thought that match was incredible.
It's very good. Probably the match of the year so far, I think, for 205.
Okay. They've had some good matches, but this one was really good.
Well, this is the best one I've seen.
Match of the week in the WWE, you think?
Well, maybe even the month.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It's really good.
High-level wrestling, right? Like Chad Gable is so good. Jack Gallagher as well. Great grapplers. They're very athletic. They move really well.
Yep.
It's just high-level professional wrestling. I've been a Chad Gable fan for a long time. Pretty much since he came out, I was like, oh, this guy's the future of the business. Like, he's incredible. He's an Olympic athlete. He's got a background, an amateur background. You look at his ears, they're all cauliflowered up. This guy's legit tough. You could tell. This guy's the next Kurt Angle. And the WWE, they had that team, what was it, American Alpha that he was in?
That's the first one.
Yeah, him and Jason Jordan. That's the one that got over, That was the good one. They were a great tag team, but Jason Jordan, I guess, suffered a career-ending injury because he's not
they
back.
got separated.
Well, where's Jason Jordan, though?
Well, he got injured, but that was later. That's when he was on Raw doing his own thing.
They did get separated, and Gable kind of did his thing. They tried to do something with him. Not really. They didn't try that much. And then he found himself in a tag team with Bobby Roode. They won the Raw Tag Team titles. But even that was like, okay, they're just kind of placeholders for the Tag Team Championship until some other team comes along and beats them. And that's really what happened.
Right.
And then they weren't a tag team anymore. And then Gable cut his hair and went to 205 Live.
And takes notes backstage.
Is he still doing that, though? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I think
there was
they're going to
2 weeks of SmackDown where he was taking notes, watching Apollo Crews. But that was it, right?
I think it's one of those storylines like the Kabuki Warriors where they just kind of like forgot about it, but we're going to bring it back again eventually.
I don't think they're going to bring it back. Bet they won't.
No bet. Because I always lose these bets. So
you always lose wrestling bets to me. They will never bring back the Chad Gable taking notes bit on SmackDown. That was a 2-week bit. They didn't have a real idea for it. They just did it to do it, and it will never happen again.
That's too bad because I was hoping it would lead to something.
All those Mojo Rawley and the Mirror promos, did they ever lead to anything?
He still does them apparently off camera.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean he still does them off camera?
For the live crowd, apparently he still does promos. He comes out and he does the whole like when I look at myself, I can see myself better now.
He does these promos when? At house shows?
No, like on Raw, when Raw goes to commercial break, he'll come out apparently and like talk to the crowd and pretty much do his promo.
Why?
Because I think they still want to do that actually, but
Super
they aren't
weird.
ready for it.
Super weird.
Gives him money.
I don't think that's going anywhere.
He's got a job. He gets paid.
Yeah,
So.
sure. I don't blame him. I blame them, the WWE. So Gable and Gallagher had a great match. I don't know how many people saw it because nobody really watches 205 Live.
Right.
I heard they had a great match. I don't even watch 205 Live, and I watch everything, you know?
I know.
But
It's crazy.
I heard they had a great match, so I watched it this week, you know?
Well, I think Cedric Alexander tweeted that's like the best match he's ever seen.
Oh, yeah?
So that
Well,
caught
there you
my
go.
attention.
You know, it got some buzz. I watched it. It was very, very good. Chad Gable is very, very good, as is Jack Gallagher. I don't know if they'll ever do anything with either of those guys, though. Like, it's disappointing, you know?
Well, I feel off that match, I could see either one of them being Cruiserweight champion and them feuding for the Cruiserweight championship because I think they realized a lot of people didn't see that match, so they want to put that on pay-per-view, I think, one day.
Okay.
Well, this is the highlight. This is what you get in 205. You don't get much higher than that unless you're on SmackDown or Raw. This is why Chad Gable should have kept doing the whole taking notes thing because at least it was on SmackDown.
I'm disappointed they never went anywhere with Chad Gable. You know? It's disappointing. And we're going to talk about something on Wrestling Uncensored this week. I don't want to talk about it on Dave and Johnny Live. I want to stick to AEW, not so much WWE talk. We do that on Wrestling Uncensored, which you'll be able to watch tomorrow morning on the YouTube channel at 10 a.m.
Right.
But I want to talk about Daniel Bryan and him potentially moving to 205 Live and why I think that might not be the worst idea in the world at this point. So we'll talk about 205 Live more on Wrestling Uncensored this week. Let's get to AEW's Fight for the Fallen. Took place last Saturday at the Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. First of all, I thought the venue was really cool.
The setup was nice.
Yeah, the setup, the look of the show, really cool. It was outdoors, you know? It seemed hot. I mean, it's Jacksonville, Florida, and you're outside, so it's probably super hot. A lot of the audience were, like, fanning themselves, you know, during the show. But other than that, on TV, it looked fantastic.
It kind of felt like the old TNA kind of setup with the whole like circle when they come out kind of thing. TNA used to have it like that in the Impact Zone. And the fact that it was in Florida, maybe they took some elements from TNA and used it right there. Either way, I think it worked very well because it also felt like old WCW a bit, how WCW used to have outdoor events like that in Florida.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like when they used to go to... what was that place where they put the ring in the middle of a pool? It was somewhere in Florida.
There was that, but there's also like when the NWO jumped people backstage.
Yeah.
I think when they threw Rey Mysterio like a lawn dart, it felt exactly like that venue.
Okay. Do you remember when WCW had that Nitro where like it was in some weird venue in Florida and the ring was on a platform in the middle of a pool?
I think the Luchadors won in the pool.
That was cool.
That was awesome. It was different.
Yeah. But this felt different. You know? It was a different look, a different setup. It didn't look like a normal arena like the other AEW shows. I thought it was a good show. I didn't think it was the best AEW show that they've done. I thought it was probably the worst AEW show, but that's not saying it was a bad show. I still thought it was better than Extreme Rules.
Okay. It was probably the best show you saw then that week. It's just the weaker of all the shows. I think worse is not the best word to use.
Yeah, that's it. It's the weaker AEW. Like, I enjoyed All In, Double or Nothing, and Fyter Fest more than Fight for the Fallen.
Right.
Not to say I didn't enjoy Fight for the Fallen, if you know what I mean. Like, I thought there were some great matches. It was really fun. It was a great time. But I like the other AEW shows. But I'm still excited. Like, it still did the job and got me hyped for All Out.
Right.
Which is the next one, August 31st. Like, I'm very hyped for that. And this event did a really good job of setting up the next show. And it felt like kind of an in-between show. And that's okay. It was free.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to feel like that. It's not supposed to be as good as Double or Nothing, right?
It was a charity show.
It's a charity show.
But
It's a hell of a show, though, right?
There was some good wrestling.
For a throwaway show, it was very good.
It was just the matches that they've been kind of building towards. You didn't really get that. You just saw some really good matches, some good wrestling, but they weren't the feuds really that you were excited for. They're just building up stuff for All Out pretty much.
That's it. Like, Kenny Omega at All Out is going to face Jon Moxley. Kenny Omega wrestled Shima on the pay-per-view. It was a very good match. Kenny Omega won. Very, very good. You know, awesome match. But there was no Moxley stuff. He wasn't there. He's in Japan doing the G1. So, you know, it didn't have the same kind of big night feel as the other events. The other events felt like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? This felt like, oh, cool, what's next, you know?
I feel like I should brag because I predicted every match correctly, and it's very rare I can pull that
really?
off. Oh, yeah, every match right.
Wow.
And I rarely pull that off, so I feel very good about myself, especially because I didn't watch all the getting ready for this Fight for the Fallen preview stuff, but I still predicted every match correctly, so I feel very good.
I'm giving it a 7.5 on 10. What are you giving it?
Yeah, I guess a 7.
Okay, that's fair. What'd you give Extreme Rules? We did the post show for Extreme Rules, not you and me, myself and my brother.
Right.
On Sunday night.
I have my problems with that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can address those problems.
Okay, good.
If you're angry. I don't know why you're
not
mad.
angry, but I feel like there's some things you guys missed out on.
Okay, well, good. Perfect. Okay. We'll address that too. So you would give this show a 7. What do you give Extreme Rules?
I think I'd give it a 7 too.
Oh, yeah, so you thought they were on equal footing?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll finish the Fight for the Fallen, and then we'll get to your Extreme Rules beef.
All right, good.
All right. So what else do we have here on Extreme Rules? Like, what is your match of the night? Or not Extreme Rules, sorry. Fight for the Fallen. Like, what was your match of the night here?
Well, the match I was really looking forward to the most was SCU against the Lucha Brothers. That was a very good match. But I really think it was probably Kenny Omega's match against Cena. That was probably the match that I was like, wow, this was incredible. This really blew it away from me. The double knees, like how many times Kenny got hit with double knees and then the V-triggers he kept hitting too? I'm like, oh, it's over, it's over. I'm like, it's not over, wow.
So you felt that was match of the night?
I actually felt after that one, I was kind of spent and was like, I need a break. I can't watch Young Bucks and like the Rhodes Brothers right away because like that took a lot out of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I liked the triple threat tag team match. I thought that was match of the night.
That was very good too. That was probably my favorite at first. It's just that's a lot more chaotic though, and I thought there was a lot of good stuff. It felt like it was all over the place though too.
I dug the chaos. I don't know. I like that match.
Okay.
Kenny and Shima was really good, but I really liked the triple threat tag team match. It was really fun. I thought the Dark Order did a really good job of getting over. Like,
oh yeah,
they
yeah.
became superstars in that match.
Well,
I want to see the Dark Order now. Every time they come out, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, they're the winners of the match. Fantastic performance, and I can't wait to see what they do next. And their next match is going to be at All Out against. Oh man, who are they against? The Best Friends.
Okay.
Chucky T and Trent Beretta, and the winner of that match gets a bye in the first round of the tag team title tournament.
But didn't they already get a bye by winning this match?
No, that's what I thought. It's very confusing. This match, they won
Right.
to get the match at All Out against the Best Friends, who won the match at Fyter Fest to get the match at All Out. So it's a match at All Out, and the winner of that match gets a bye in the first round of the tournament.
I feel like you went through a lot of work just to get a bye, in my opinion. It's like,
well,
I
this
don't know if
tournament, I guess, is going to be grueling, and you want to get a bye. Like, if the Lucha Brothers, the Rhodes Brothers, the Young Bucks are in this tournament, avoiding them in the first round is probably a good idea, right?
Now, you say those teams. Is that confirmed that all those teams are in this thing?
I would assume the Bucks are in it at least, and the
Right.
Lucha Brothers.
But the Rhodes Brothers, I wouldn't be 100% sure about that.
No, I wouldn't say that they're definitely going to be in it, but I'd say that the Luchas and the Bucks for sure.
Yeah, I think those two teams for sure, yeah.
Those are tough teams. And then you've got these other tough teams you don't want to face. I think a first-round bye should mean a lot, and this tournament is going to be major, and it's going to start when they start TV in October.
But you had to go through a grueling three-way tag, and then you have to go through another match.
Yeah.
I feel like you almost don't really get a bye because you're fighting pretty much just to move on anyways.
Yeah, but they're all fighting just to move on, and the losers, they don't get a bye, and they have to be in the tournament and, wrestle in the first round.
Right. But if you lose, like, say, in that three-way tag, you pretty much will wrestle the same amount of matches because you don't have to worry about doing this extra match.
Well, no, but you get a bye. Oh, yeah, the extra match at All Out.
Right.
Good point.
Like, it seems like a lot for, like, almost the same thing.
That's true. Because they get a bye, but they do have to wrestle the match to get the bye.
Right.
Whereas, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they might be in the tournament, but they don't have to wrestle it all out necessarily, even though they probably will.
Well, yeah, more likely.
Well,
yeah.
they should make all the other teams in the tournament wrestle it all out too, so it's fair, right?
That's going to be tough to book everyone to that. Unless you do, like, a battle royal.
Or like a fatal four-way tag team match.
Okay.
Doable.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Like, say it's an 8-team tournament, right? There's 8 teams in the tournament. You have the Best Friends. You have the Dark Order.
Mm-hmm.
Angelico and Jack Evans. Buenos Dinosaur. Young Bucks. Lucha Brothers. They're already booked for All Out. And then you have the other 2 teams that were at Fyter Fest. SCU. And Private Party.
Okay.
That's your 8-team tournament.
Okay.
But I guess you have to have 9 teams because you're doing a first-round bye. You know what I mean? How does that work? Do the Bucks get a first-round bye too? Because if it's an 8-team tournament,
yeah, you need
everybody's got to match up. You need 9, but then how does it work in the second round if there's 9?
Unless you do three-way tags, maybe.
Three-way tags, or maybe the Bucks. Maybe we don't know, but the Bucks are going to get a first-round bye because, hey, it's their company. What are you going to do about it?
Well, that's kind of cheap, but all right.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? They run the show. It's all Elite Wrestling, John. Don't forget. Who's in the Elite? That's kind of been a storyline. They're talking about that, how, Hangman Page, he's getting preferential treatment because he's in the Elite. And
well, yeah, of course. Like, we said this from day one. Like, I don't bet against the Elite.
Well, why would you?
No, you shouldn't. Right.
Being the Elite. Hangman Page had a really good match against Kip Sabian. Hangman's fantastic. Every time he goes out there, he's better and better. I can't wait for his match with Chris Jericho. I thought the Dark Order, Angelico and Jack Evans, and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, with Marco Stunt, who showed up for the first time in AEW, that was really cool. Have you seen Marco Stunt before?
No, never seen him before.
Have you heard of him? You didn't know about this guy?
No.
He's pretty impressive. He's a good wrestler. He's a small guy, but he's good. He looks, looks like a child.
When I think about it, I think he was actually in the Battle Royal.
Was he?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
he might have been.
Yeah, I think he was.
So now he's with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I like the pairing. I thought that was my match of the night. Kenny and Shima was Johnny's match of the night. But I think the moment of the night was Chris Jericho's attack on Hangman Page and Hangman's face afterwards. He was a bloody mess.
That was from the code breaker that he gave him?
I don't think it was just a code breaker. If you saw Being the Elite, Hangman said that it was from they showed him backstage getting stitches, and he said it was from the kicks when he came in.
Okay. Because it was it wasn't the clotheslines. It didn't hit in the face with the clothesline.
He did punch him a lot in the face when he came in.
That's true, yeah.
Jericho landed some stiff shots right above the eye. I think that might have been what busted him open. Hangman thought it was the kicks. There were some kicks there. Either way, it was impactful. It was rough, it was violent, but man, it got me excited for Hangman versus Jericho. It makes you feel like there's some real heat there, Even though, it was done, planned, it was I don't know. You think Hangman said, "Hey, bust me open, give me a black eye"? I don't know. I'm not sure what the talk was between Jericho and Hangman. I'm not sure if it was supposed to happen, but it did happen. And the fact that I'm not sure and we don't really know, it adds to the match.
Right.
Is Hangman really mad? Is the man Adam Page seriously pissed off at Jericho? I don't know. Jericho's promo talking about how he's coming towards the end of his career and he needs to beat Hangman to prove to himself that he's still the man, that he can still hang.
Right.
That's a good story going into it.
It is, yeah.
There's a lot going into this match, and they built it fantastically on this show. They did a great job of building their main event for the first ever AEW World Title at All Out, August 31st. It's the biggest show that AEW's ever had. This is, as much as all the other shows have meant a lot building up to this is their last show before TV. You're crowning a champion. This is a major show, and this main event has to be big, and it feels really big now.
Well, the more I think about it, the more I feel like they did this on purpose. If they did that whole thing with Cody, and that was supposed to be gimmicked, not as badly as it was, but they did plan for the chair to be gimmicked.
Yeah.
I think they do this to play with your emotions a bit. They want you to feel sympathetic to characters like Adam Page, so then you care about him more, and you care more about this world title match, and it kind of needed it in a sense. So I definitely feel that if he didn't at least plan to bust him open, at least hurt him severely, that you'd feel bad for him.
Yeah. I think Hangman knew that Jericho was going to be a little stiffsky in there. I'm not sure he knew how stiffsky, but got stitches, got busted open, got a black eye. Jericho gave him a good old beating. Yeah. And then Jericho came back later on, cut a good promo, and then Hangman came back out and attacked Jericho. He gets busted open, he goes backstage, gets stitches, comes back out, and does another little thing with Jericho. That was cool.
Yeah, it was. Well, it makes me care about this match a lot more now, so it worked.
They did a lot on the show to build it. They did a really good job. Did you watch Road to All Out?
With Tony Schiavone in the control center?
Yeah.
I like that. I felt like WCW like that, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Hangman's promo on it?
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. I didn't like the way they put it together, unfortunately.
You didn't? Weren't you a little shocked with him pulling his stitches out and then him bleeding? That was nasty. My goodness.
They stayed on the graphic too long. I liked how they were telling the story and him looking in the mirror, but they stayed on the graphic too long where it just felt kind of weird. I think they should have cut away a bit sooner. I know they were trying to add the effect and make you care, but
made me nauseous.
Well, I know you don't like the sight of blood, period.
I don't like big open wounds. Gross.
Right. But I think that just could have been done. This is the first time they've done stuff like this, so I think just the editing part, it could have been done better. I don't like the whole idea he's talking and then it cuts to something else, another graphic. I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather just see him talk.
Yeah.
He's getting very emotional, and then he's talking over a screen.
Talking over a screen of himself, at a sink with all sorts of blood coming out of him. But I thought that added to the promo because it shows you the aftermath. It's after he did this, look, this is real. Like, he's going to have to get stitched up again. He's got an open wound. He just ripped open his real stitches. This is all real.
Right.
I thought it really showed the realism.
It did. It's just they did it for too long, I felt. Like, I mean, show it and then, like, go back. But I felt they stayed
I'm with you. Cut away. It was gross.
Okay. Well, for the wrong reasons, but yeah.
Okay. Nevertheless, really good promo on that road to All Out. And if you are watching AEW, I think it's good to watch these shows. They add a lot to the events.
Well, the JR thing was the main event of that whole thing.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that. But first, let's talk about his match. And I'm talking about Shawn Spears teaming up with MJF and Sammy Guevara. They get the win over Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela in a 6-man tag that opened up the main card.
Right.
Shawn Spears has that match coming up at All Out against Cody. What did you think of his match here, the 6-man at Fight for the Fallen?
Again, a bit of a mess. Not a bad thing, but it just seemed like it was all over the place because you had so many stories going on where you're explaining the fact that no one likes Shawn Spears, but they have to get along anyways, and yet they have to fight this other 3-man team.
Yeah.
And they're hitting each other, moves back and forth, back and forth. And in the end, like, Shawn Spears gets the win like you expect. And that's it. I mean, it's good. It just it's kind of crazy, though.
It wasn't the best match ever, you know? It was all right. It was what it was.
It's hard to explain that kind of story when you're just watching a wrestling thing.
There's a lot going on in the 6-man. A lot going on. A lot of different guys. And I don't think everybody had their chance to really shine, you know? Like, Darby Allin didn't get enough considering what kind of amazing performance he had at Fyter Fest. Like, I want to see more of Darby Allin and just kind of sticking him in the 6-man, where really the main story was, like, how MJF and Shawn Spears have to get along, even though Shawn Spears hit MJF's best friend, Cody Rhodes, over the head with a chair at the last show. Like, that was really the whole thing. And I think it took away from Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela, who were the opponents, and Sammy Guevara. Like, those guys were there, but the match wasn't really about them.
Well, I thought Sammy Guevara really showcased himself very well. He did a lot of crazy flips.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by him.
He's very good, but, you know, I don't know. He wasn't given... Like, what's he doing? Who's he feuding with?
No, really nobody.
Who on the other team was his enemy?
I guess Joey Janela.
Was he?
That's it. It seemed that he did all the cool stuff with him.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, yeah. It was just a match and it had a bunch of people in it. And, you know, care about Shawn Spears pretty much because he's going to wrestle Cody.
What did you think of the Shawn Spears Jim Ross promo on the Fight for the Fallen?
See, I enjoyed that kind of stuff.
Or the road to All Out.
All Out, yeah. I enjoyed that kind of stuff. That's more of the stuff we got to see because, like, I'm invested to see what he's going to say to JR. And the way that all came together and that shocking ending, too, at the end. I was really impressed by that.
The shocking ending?
Yeah, well, just everything. Just the whole talk.
What's the shocking ending? Tully Blanchard coming out and seemingly being an advisor to Shawn Spears?
I didn't see that one coming.
Me neither. Old Tully Blanchard.
And if you think about the history of the Rhodes and everything, like, that's actually really good.
Of course, because Dusty Rhodes feuded with the Four Horsemen for many years. Yep. Tully Blanchard, famous Four Horsemen member.
And you would think maybe Tully would be in Impact Wrestling, but no, he's in AEW instead, so.
Right, well, his daughter Tessa is in Impact Wrestling.
Right, but he's here. So that's, again, interesting that it would happen.
Yeah. I like seeing Tully. I think we'll probably see Tully in Shawn Spears' corner for the Cody Rhodes match. Maybe we'll see Dustin in Cody's corner.
Well, he's going to need that because if he doesn't, then I definitely would give the edge to Shawn Spears then.
How about the opening matches on Fight for the Fallen? Sonny Kiss over Peter Avalon, and B. Priestley and Shoko Nakajima over Britt Baker and Riho.
Well, Sonny Kiss really showcased himself. There's no question about that. I don't know if I was a huge fan of that, but it was all right. It was something. And the tag match, it was what it was. It was all right.
Yeah. Not an unbelievable pre-show, but it was solid nonetheless, you know. Showcased who they needed to show.
It was better than the last pre-show.
Yeah. Okay, how about Brandy Rhodes beating Awesome Kong, with Awesome Kong beating Allie? That was a surprise.
Well, no, I predicted that. So.
You thought Awesome Kong would come out and help Brandy again?
I thought Brandy would win.
But did you predict Awesome Kong coming out? I did not. And it seems like Awesome Kong will be part of the AEW roster, which I think is very cool. And then you saw at the end there, Aja Kong making the save, chasing them off, helping Allie out a little bit. Aja Kong versus Awesome Kong in AEW. That seems like it's going to happen. Maybe it All Out.
Maybe.
Or maybe a tag team match playa.
I'd rather a singles. Like, Brandy's not the best wrestler, so I don't really want to see her wrestle too much. I think she's better as a talker, not so much in the wrestling role.
What'd you think of the match?
It was probably the weakest match on the whole show. If anything, if I'm a women's wrestler and be like, if Brandy Rhodes is the top wrestler, I could definitely get into AEW. That's the way I would feel.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to leave that where it is, all right? I'm not going to say anything about Brandy. I thought she did what she had to do. She's not the worst.
She's not the worst, but I think a lot of people should just look at that and be like, if this is their top talent.
I don't know if she's the top.
She's definitely the top talker without question.
Yeah, top talker because she talks the best.
She's probably the top personality in all the women's division because she is the leader of the women's division, is she not?
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of one of the people in charge of AEW, too.
Right.
She's in the elite, I think.
Well, you're with Cody, so.
Yeah, she's Cody's wife. Brandy Rhodes. I mean, come on. She's part of the family, the Rhodes family. Although, it's Runnels. Like, the real name is Runnels. That's another one of those
she
things.
She married into the family,
She married into the family, but she takes the name Rhodes, like in wrestling, even though, like, her name isn't really Rhodes, because their real last name is Runnels.
Right, but even Cody's just Cody, too, isn't he?
Well, because he can't be Cody Rhodes, because that's not his real name, and the only time he used that was in WWE, so I think they own the name. They own the name Cody Rhodes.
But Brandy never used Brandy Rhodes.
No, because
WWE.
she was...
something else, yeah.
What was her name in WWE?
Well, I definitely don't remember that, because she wasn't even a wrestler in WWE. She was just a talker, if I'm not mistaken.
She was... I'll tell you what her name was. Eden Styles. She was a ring announcer.
Yeah, that made ring announcer, yeah.
Yeah, WWE was like, no, you're not going to wrestle.
Well, I mean, she can wrestle, but I mean, I just think a lot of people would look at her and be like, I can be better than her. No question.
Well, yeah. I think that's fair. I think a lot of the women's wrestlers in AEW probably feel that way, and they're not wrong.
I think a lot of the women in the indie scene should feel that way, too.
Yeah, they may have the best, they may be better in the ring, but as far as, like, character, look, promos, she's got a lot going for her.
Yeah, there's no question. And that's why they should definitely use her as much as possible.
She's a star.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Lucha Brothers beat SCU. Very good match.
Highly enjoyable. Shorter than I expected, but still very good.
Wasn't surprised by the outcome of the match, but, just tremendous. Great stuff. The Lucha Brothers are great. SCU is very good. I loved it.
Well, when they did the ladder thing at the end, I was like, so are they going to do a ladder match now or something? Or
Well, they did challenge the Young Bucks to a ladder match at All Out, and that's probably going to happen. That's pretty cool.
But that isn't official yet.
Well, it's happening.
Right.
Pretty good.
Well, I wish titles were on the line, but oh well.
Yeah. What did you think of the main event? The Young Bucks beating the Brotherhood, Cody and Dustin.
I think it's really cool that Dustin and Cody, they do the same moves. Like, exactly. Like, the way Dustin hits the Bulldog off the ropes, Cody does the exact same thing, too. But, I mean, they hit it with different velocities, so it also kind of feels different when you hit it. I just like how they truly are a team where they do each other's moves.
Yeah, they're very in sync.
Yeah.
They're a very good tag team. They're really solid. They have a lot of experience wrestling together, and they showed that. They showed that they're a great team. They told a really good story. The Young Bucks, they did a great job. Right. I thought it was a fantastic match. Like, it was really, really good. Everything you would want. And I liked, how obnoxious the Bucks were being during the match and everything, and then how they kind of came together and were all cool afterwards. I liked it. I thought the story that was told before the match, during the match, and then after was really good. And Cody and Dustin showing that they were a great tag team. That really came off.
Yep.
That was apparent. I think they proved a lot as far as being a great tag team, that they could hang with the Young Bucks, that they could go 30 minutes and have a kick-ass match like that in the main event of a pay-per-view that everybody's happy with. I think they showed a lot, especially, Dustin, who's like 50 right now. He's 50 years old, and he's still out there hanging with the best tag team in the world, or one of the best, and two of the best wrestlers in the world, the Young Bucks. And hanging in there with his brother Cody, who's on top of the world right now. It was a really cool moment to see, and really nice to see the brothers, get to be there. I mean, imagine, Dustin, him looking at Cody and thinking, my goodness, man. I mean, look what we have here. We've got a wrestling company. We've got billions of dollars behind us. They've got the world at their fingertips, I mean, the surge that AEW is on right now, I'm just happy that Dustin can be right by Cody's side and witness the rise of AEW. It's amazing to see what's happening right now with this company, and it was really nice to watch that main event of those two brothers, to be able to watch Dustin see his younger brother, I mean, take over the wrestling world and change it to a place that it's really never been before.
Well, he's getting there. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, and
yeah, but look where they're going. They're having great shows. They got money. They've got a TV show that's about to start. WWE is worried. They're trying whatever they can do.
They should be worried. It's good that they're worried.
It's cool, and it's nice to see the brothers together enjoying their success.
I'm just surprised that it wasn't Dustin that took the pin. Cody actually got pinned. Very surprised by that. But I guess maybe they feel like Dustin shouldn't feel like the weak link of the team, and that Cody can lose just as much as Dustin could lose.
I think either man losing to the Young Bucks is fine. It's the Bucks.
Right.
They're the best. Will they be the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions?
I definitely would think there's a great chance of that happening.
You would think so, but will they? I mean, it seems too obvious, right?
Yeah, but most obvious things seem to be happening. I predicted every match, so yeah, all the obvious things are happening so far.
You think they win the tournament and become the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions?
The way it's standing up, there's no one who can beat them.
I could see them lose. I mean, the Lucha Brothers beat them not long ago in Mexico.
But they successfully defeated them for the tag team titles that they took from the Lucha Brothers at their own pay-per-view. Granted, they lost to Mexico back to them.
Yeah.
But on their own pay-per-view, they win. So, and it makes sense.
Will they win the ladder match? Like they're going to beat the Lucha Brothers every time they go out there?
They don't have to, but they seem to win anyways, right?
I don't know. I think the Lucha Brothers might win the ladder match. Who becomes the first ever AEW champion?
I feel like it's going to be Jericho now.
I agree. I think it's going to be Chris Jericho. All right, Big Johnny, that was AEW Fight for the Fallen. The next AEW show will be All Out. And I think these matches are official here. I don't know. I'm looking at a card that seems pretty well official. Cody versus Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard, so I guess he's going to be there with him. It's not, I don't think that's 100%, but people are assuming it is. Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks, a ladder match for the AAA tag team titles. See, I think the Lucha Brothers are going to hold on to those. That's why I think the Lucha Brothers win that one, too. Best Friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta versus the Dark Order for a first-round bye in the AEW Tag Team Title Tournament. Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega. And Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho for the AEW World Title. 5 matches. They're going to add more, but right away, that's a fantastic wrestling card.
And are we going to talk about the CM Punk speculation now?
Well, CM Punk will be appearing at StarCast.
Right.
The kind of fan access deal that they're doing as part of All Out. And everybody assumes that means he's going to be at All Out or join AEW. And I can see it happening. I think it probably will. I think CM Punk will wrestle for AEW. But I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be at All Out. I don't know if it'll be in October when they start TV. I don't know. What I do know is CM Punk has not wrestled his last match. And if he wrestles again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be for AEW.
Well, right now I would just hope for appearance right now. I wouldn't expect a match at All Out. I think maybe they'd save that for like a TV show. But just the fact that he's there and then come watch a TV show, I think that would help AEW tremendously.
How about he attacks Jericho after Jericho wins the title at the end of the show?
Yeah, that'd be okay. Sure.
He set up a lot. Like, if he did that, people's minds will be blown. They'll be like, oh my God, I cannot wait for October 2nd or whatever it is when AEW starts TV. CM Punk, what? You know, like, people would freak out.
Right.
And they need a moment like that at the end of their show that makes people go, I must see this TV show.
Well, they had that with the last pay-per-view with
Jon Moxley.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised that's what they're shooting for.
That's big.
But do we think it's going to happen? Do you think that's going to happen? You feel like it's going to happen, but not right away.
You know who they should get? John Cena.
CM Punk over Cena.
Well, CM Punk would be big, but they could get them both. I think they could get them both.
Well, I think CM Punk, for a lot of wrestling fans, it's a bigger deal. John Cena's more mainstream. And
It'd be like Hulk Hogan going to WCW, brother. That would be big. John Cena's way bigger of a star. I think if John Cena went to AEW, it would be more earth-shattering than CM Punk going to AEW.
Maybe so, but John Cena has a movie career. And what's a better way to promote your movie career on the biggest platform, which is WWE? So I don't think he's leaving.
Oh, no? Is he in the WWE?
He might be at the Raw reunion.
He's not going to be at the Raw reunion. Has he been advertised? Every other wrestler in the world's been advertised except John Cena.
He said you never know and did the whole like that, so.
When did he say that?
Like, I think last week.
Well, we'll talk about that on Wrestling Uncensored. I want to talk about John Cena and where he is and why he's not in WWE. I think AEW would be pretty cool if he showed up. They would freak out. The world would freak out. I think CM Punk in AEW is possible. Let's check some comments, shall we?
People are talking?
People are talking.
Well, you talk about Punk and Cena. I'm sure people talk.
Wow. Nice shirt, Johnny, Antoinette says.
Thank you.
She wants CM Punk in AEW.
You should want that, of course. Everyone should want that.
Franco316 doesn't like the wild card rule.
Why?
Is that even still in effect? I don't know.
Of course it's in effect.
Antoinette saying no Roman for SummerSlam or meet and greet. Is anything going on with Roman? I don't know.
I think he's going to wrestle.
I think he'll wrestle at SummerSlam.
I think it's going to be a triple threat, actually, for the WWE title. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's going to be Kofi versus Roman versus Randy.
Oh, not for the Universal?
No, because that's set in stone, right? It's going to be one-on-one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's set in stone, that, unfortunately. But I think you throw Roman, because he's on SmackDown, right? So it makes more sense.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with Roman. I'm not that concerned. I'm sure he'll be somewhere.
We'll put him in that, right? Because he needs to be in a big match.
You're saying Kofi, Roman, and who?
Randy. Because Randy beat Kofi this week. So Randy definitely deserves a shot.
Randy beat Kofi this week?
In the six-man tag they had.
Oh, yeah, he got an RKO. Not one-on-one, but he got the pin on Kofi.
Got the pin, yeah.
Yeah, well, Samoa Joe beat Kofi a couple weeks ago in a tag team match. How'd he do at Extreme Rules?
Okay, fine. But
not too good.
He still got a title shot. That's the point.
Yeah, well, that's it. Randy will probably get a title shot. I think it'll probably just be Randy Kofi one-on-one.
Oh, that's boring. No, you got to actually make it a triple threat.
So what'd you think about Extreme Rules? You have beef? You have beef with the post-show?
Well, just you guys didn't bring up the whole, like, Renee Young controversy. And that was like a...
You know what? I didn't even notice.
Really?
I didn't hear it.
I heard that right away.
I didn't notice that she said that. I missed it. I must have been talking over her.
Okay. But you know about it.
Yeah, she said fuck. She said Shane's fucked.
Well, I think she meant to say rock, but it came out like that, right? So.
Oh, did she mean to? Was that a mistake? You think?
Because someone tweeted that to her, right? And she said correction like rocked. So that's what she meant to say, but it didn't come out like that. Because I listened to it over many times, and it definitely came out like the F word.
So you think it was a mistake? Because Corey Graves, what did he say? He said, "Holy shit!"
On Raw.
On Raw. That wasn't a mistake.
No, that definitely was a mistake.
I felt like they were making commentary swear to make them seem more edgy, which is so dumb. You know, like throwing in swear words for commentary doesn't make you more edgy. I think the wrestlers should be swearing, if anything, if not the commentary. Like wrestlers in their promo, when they're getting really amped up, you drop an F-bomb or something, that makes sense. But like commentary, like watch the UFC, okay? Who's swearing in the UFC?
Fighters?
Fighters. Do you ever hear the commentary swearing?
Very rare, I think.
Never.
Yeah.
Never, ever. Because they're professionals, and that's not what they're supposed to do. But, you know, the combatants in the heat of battle, sometimes they will say bad words. And that's why the wrestlers should be swearing and not commentary. It makes absolutely no sense. It's stupid. And if that's kind of what WWE's trying to do to make them seem more edgy and risque, Corey Graves saying holy shit and Renee saying fucked, like that's not what makes you risky. That's not what makes you cool, WWE. It's like dumb, you know? Didn't Big E say shit on SmackDown too?
I think so.
Yeah, Big E said shit on SmackDown. That makes sense at least.
And Baron Corbin, after he gave the end of days to Becky, he said, like, how do you like that? You POS to Seth Rollins? I thought that was fantastic that he said that, but...
Oh, Baron Corbin, when he gave the end of days to Becky on the pay-per-view, he said, how do you like that, you piece of shit?
To Seth, yeah.
You won't say the words, will you?
No, because I'm a good person, so I won't say that.
You're a good person, so you don't swear ever. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Okay. So, I'm a bad person?
I didn't say that. See, you imply stuff a lot.
Well, you're saying I'm a good person, I don't swear. So you're saying...
I didn't say you're a bad person. I just said I'm a good person, I don't swear.
Go fuck yourself.
You take it the wrong way. You take a lot of things the wrong way.
We'll take this the right way. Go fuck yourself.
See, I worry about you now that you say stuff like that. But
Yeah. You worry about me? What am I going to hell, John? Damnation.
Well, I know you don't believe in it, so I'm not really worried about that too.
Correct. Moving on. Extreme Rules. What else did we miss?
Well, the POS was going to bring that up, but you've already brought it up now.
Yeah, okay. I thought that match was cool.
R-Truth had an appearance.
Ronald Truth. Yeah, whatever. Did he have an appearance?
Yeah, he did, but you guys didn't mention that whatsoever.
Maybe we missed it.
It was kind of an awkward experience, too, because he met with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and then the Street Profits showed up.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, but...
Street Profits really like Nikki Cross, or one of them does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
So, you know, it just felt like you guys kind of breezed through a lot of stuff, and I thought you guys didn't really talk about the...
We did an hour-long show.
There's just more you could have mentioned, that's it.
You're just mad because you weren't on the show.
Not so much. I actually enjoyed watching the pre-show because you guys didn't see the pre-show.
No, we were having dinner.
That Finn Balor... I hope you've watched Finn Balor Nakamura.
Nope.
It's too bad.
I'll
the
get,
Cruiserweight title match, too, was fantastic.
I'll get around to it.
I'd watch the Drew Gulak-Toy Nese match. That was very good.
Okay. All right. Finn Balor dropped the Intercontinental title.
And he lost to Joe on Raw.
And then he got attacked by Bray Wyatt.
He's probably going to leave for a couple months.
That's the word. He requested time off.
So he's going to get destroyed.
Little break for Finn. All right, Big Johnny, what else do you got?
There's 90 Day Fiance. We're going to talk about that.
90 Day Fiance. What do you have? I haven't seen it.
Well, Larissa got arrested again. Third time's the charm.
Nice.
And it basically stems from the fact that she started another argument with Colt. Pretty much saying that I think what a lot of people feel about him, that he's a fat effing loser who...
Fair.
Who lives with his mom.
Fair.
Okay, well, he's like, you know, I'm done with you. We're getting a divorce. I'm not going to kick you out of the country. I'm still going to apply for your status or relocation status.
That's nice.
Yeah, he was still nice about it, but she got
What a
arrested.
gentleman.
Still got her arrested, though, and said, like...
Why did he get her arrested for what?
Because of the argument that they were having. And he called him, a fat loser.
You can get somebody arrested for that?
I guess because it got so hostile, or the threat of hostility happened. Yeah, I think it may have gotten a little more rough. That you didn't see, obviously, because they cut away kind of thing, but...
I need to watch this episode. Colt needs to get his act together. Kick her out of your house. Stop calling the cops. What the hell's your problem?
Well, the threat of testifying against her, it's like, see, this is where it's kind of weird. It's like, doesn't want to get her deported, but will testify against her, which would pretty much get her deported. So...
Is it tell-all this Sunday?
Is it this Sunday? I'm not sure. We'll be surprised.
Antoinette on the chat is saying it's this Sunday.
Well, that's going to be fantastic.
I'll watch that. That's like worth watching for sure.
But I feel like Larissa won't be there because I'm pretty sure at this point things have pretty much fallen apart.
Cool.
And it's interesting too on this week with Ashley and Jay. Ashley decided not to get divorced from Jay because she had kidney failure. And now like she's like, well, at least he was there for me. I don't want to be alone. So she doesn't want to get divorced. But apparently like nowadays... apparently he is getting deported because he got arrested or something.
Oh, cool. He got arrested. I like the part where Ashley goes to the barbershop to talk to the guys.
Yikes.
I watched that part. That was awesome. She goes to the barbershop to talk to the guys about Jay, and they're like, yeah, we don't really want to say, but it's like, okay, well, what was happening? And then they kind of tell her that he was having sex with some lady in the barbershop. Right. In the bathroom, and they got upset about it. And then the guy who runs the barbershop shows her a video of him roughing up Jay, like grabbing him by the throat and like pushing him around, like threatening him and telling him to leave and not to disrespect his barbershop like that. And I'm like, why are you showing her this? Like, what's this? Hey, not only did he have sex with this lady, here's a video of me assaulting him. It's like, why is that happening? I didn't understand why he needed to show her that bit. That was a little weird, but I enjoyed it. I like to see Jay kind of like throttled by a bigger dude. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the season so far. Jay getting beat up by that barbershop guy.
Well, I can't wait for the tell-all. It should be a lot of fun.
The tell-all should be good. Will Jay be on it? Who else is going to be on it? Colty? Russ. I don't care about Russ and Pow. They have a baby.
Yeah, it's not that great, actually.
Boring.
Yeah.
Like, they're a big reason why I don't want to watch this season, because I do not care about them.
Andre and
I don't care about them either.
Yeah.
They're super boring.
Yeah, there's a lot of boring couples, but then there's the fun couples.
Andre's having trouble finding work. That's their whole storyline. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's no progress. That's their whole story. It's super boring. I don't want to. Like, I don't care. Like, okay, Andre's having trouble finding work. Next episode, oh, she borrowed money from her father because they need money. Andre's mad about it. The one time that was really crazy is when she got into a fight with her sister, and then she was texting her sister in the car, and then he, like, ripped her phone out of her hands. He's like, stop texting, I say. And I was like, whoa, dude, you need to chill. That was not cool. That was really not cool.
Well, when we got mad when he found out about the money that she got from her dad.
Yeah, Andre's kind of a dick.
A little bit.
I don't really like Andre, and they're boring. Chantal and Pedro are interesting, though.
They used to be, but now I find they've kind of settled down a bit now. Like,
it's kind of like whatever. And then they have a show together. I guess that's where they'll get hostile. They're saving it for their own spinoff, which is ridiculous. The Family Chantal.
That'll be fun to watch.
Fucking joke. All right, 90 Day Fiancé. That was it? Are we done with 90 Day Fiancé?
For 90 Day Fiancé, we're done, yeah.
All right, we're done. 90 Day Fiancé, over. What else do you have, Johnny? Are we done? Final comments? Show wrap-up?
Yeah, I guess we're done. Like, other than any more comments. It's a lot of Antoinette, it seems.
Antoinette is on the comments, talking about 90 Day Fiancé. Antoinette loves it. Shout out to you, Antoinette. Shout out to everybody watching. Franco. I saw Derek John out there saying Panama City, Florida was the nitro that was set up in the middle of the pool. Thank you for that, Derek John. I knew it was in Florida somewhere. Panama City. Did you want to recap Ringside Report from last night?
I enjoyed watching it. It was fun.
You enjoyed Ringside Report last night?
I enjoyed you guys singing or trying to sing. It was good.
Hey.
Well, I mean, you guys never did the trio. That's the thing. You guys did, like, duos. That's about it.
Well, yeah, because Fred and AJ, because it's a generational thing, like I was explaining to everyone on the show last night, right?
Right.
AJ's the oldest member of the show. I'm the youngest, and Fred's in the middle. So Fred and I have songs that we both know that we can sing together, and AJ and Fred have songs that they both know that they can sing together. The problem is me and AJ are too far apart that there are very few songs that we both know that we can sing together for Ringside Report karaoke, which I guess is a new feature. You liked it.
I enjoy it. It should be a weekly thing.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Is it?
Well, the fun part is to find out songs that you guys can actually agree to sing on. That'll be fun.
Well, Fred and I can do a lot of Waylon Jennings together.
I saw that. It was good. I like that.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, thanks,
but
John.
the problem is, like, AJ's
Do you think Fred and I are good singers?
As a duo, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we're good together?
Yeah, together, yeah.
Wow. Should we release an album of Waylon Jennings songs?
Covers, yeah.
Should we just do Waylon covers? Release it as a Ringside Report, Freddie and Dave sing the hits?
Yeah, sure.
You'd be the only guy buying that.
No, I'm sure Wally would get it too.
Oh, my God.
But the thing is, you're leaving AJ out, though, and it's a three-man group, so you got to get AJ in there. So you got to find something you guys all have an interest in.
Well, why doesn't AJ just learn Waylon Jennings songs, and then it just makes it easier for everybody? Because Freddie and I are already there, so AJ should just learn.
It's hard because you're forcing something like that. It's hard to force a passion like that with music.
Start listening to Waylon. The passion will grow immediately. You like Waylon?
I like hearing you guys sing it. I'm not a big fan myself, but I like hearing you guys sing.
Oh, man. You got to listen to Waylon Jennings, John, so you and I could do Waylon Jennings duets.
No, that's okay.
Well, didn't you sing one time on the show?
Well, that was the pre-show because we jumped the shark because it was the end of that show. So this show hasn't jumped the shark yet. The Ringside Report can jump the shark. It's fine, but we haven't done that yet. So.
Okay. You're saying Ringside Report has jumped the shark?
Well, you're saying, so yeah, of course.
So it's over. We're done.
No, it's not over. Like, I think Happy Days did a couple more seasons after they jumped the shark.
Oh, boy. So you had another beef. Didn't you want to bring up something?
The 13 Reasons Why, because they edited out the suicide scene. Wow, this isn't really talking film.
Why not?
Because, like, Netflix.
Talking Netflix, whatever.
Yeah, it's talking Netflix.
I just like that graphic with your little head.
I do like that, too. It is nice.
It's good.
It is really good. But, yeah, it's just they edited out, and it's funny that you knew about this. I didn't realize you knew about that. They edited out the suicide scene in the first season only.
Of what?
Of 13 Reasons Why.
On Netflix, right? And Netflix
Right.
edited out the suicide scene where she slits her wrists, and it's very graphic.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they did
Yeah.
this in response to the fact that...
I don't think you had to put that in the show. I watched the first season because you were really into it, so you wanted me to watch it, so I gave it a chance, and I hated every minute of it. I got through the first season. I was like, this show sucks. It's definitely not for me. I didn't watch the second season or third. Was there a third?
Third's coming.
Whatever. I'm not into that. So, yeah. And I remember that scene, and I
Right.
remember skipping forward. I didn't watch it because it was gross. It was unnecessary, and artistically, I think it makes more sense to not even have it in the show. So I applaud Netflix for their creative decision, or maybe active censorship, whatever it is.
Well,
I don't really care. I thought it was unnecessary to have that scene in the show, and removing it takes nothing away from the show or the sentiment of what they did.
I'm just upset because they do it out for reaction, because people are upset that apparently suicide rates are higher now because 13 Reasons Why.
Are they?
Apparently, yeah, there was a study
Well,
done.
that's dangerous. It's a bummer of a show.
It got people talking, at least. That was the main point of the show, was to get people talking.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's controversial, and if people are seeing a spike in suicide after this show, I mean, hey, let's chill out on this show.
Well, I think this is their way of chilling out, right? Getting people to relax.
Yeah.
They've somewhat done censorship, but I also feel
I think
that-
it's a bad show, and you shouldn't watch it. It's bad for you.
Well, 6 million people watched the debut or the second season debut, so
Bah.
more people are going to keep watching. I think they're just doing this because on the third season, I think it's going to be even crazier.
Gross. Cool. Well, I'm not into it. I don't want to watch it. Franco316 says we should watch Glow, and Johnny and I have both watched the first 2 seasons of that.
Season 3 starts, I think, in 2 weeks.
August, right?
First week of August, August 4th or something like that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So, yeah, we do watch that, and we'll review it maybe when it comes out.
I feel like we reviewed season 2. Did we not?
Yeah. So we'll review it on Dave and Johnny Live. Check us out tomorrow for Wrestling Uncensored. We'll be back. Watch the show on the YouTube channel, 10 a.m. That's when it drops every Saturday morning.
And I'll be watching the Rock's new movie with Roman Reigns, Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm going to go see that. So that'll be fantastic. I'll review that for Dave and Johnny.
Cool.
Yeah, summer blockbuster for sure.
Well, there you go. Sounds like a big show next week.
Well, I think that'll be in 2 weeks because I think it comes out the week after, if I'm not mistaken.
In 2 weeks, you say?
Because I think it's the 31st or something like that. It comes out, I think, the start of August.
All right. Well, there may be an issue with that, John. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk after the show. There's some... there's a vacation coming that I have to talk to you about.
That's a not Fred vacation.
We'll tell everybody about it in a couple of weeks, but or in a week. I guess next week we'll tell you about the vacation, but there's a vacation coming, a little bit of a break for me.
Okay.
I do a lot of shows. I'm taking a vacation.
All right. Well, that's
right.
fine.
I'll be out of town for a little while. But we'll get to that next week on Dave and Johnny Live.
Final comments? No?
No, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye?
Say
Okay.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye, John.
So long.
Bye, John.